Hey everybody, it's Bradford. I've just gotten finished looking at all your speeches and they were all really good. You guys obviously spent a whole lot of time on them. I'm going to pick the 3 speeches that I felt like I could say something about, whether it's in a tip of the hat, so to speak, or a helpful nudge in the right direction, something like that. But know that if I say anything bad about your speeches, I don't mean anything by it. I'm not going to say anything that bad, obviously. I'm not going to tell you, you stink, you should never make movies ever again, and yeah, anything like that. But so just take it with a grain of salt. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the evaluations. Hi, Chris. So I actually really liked your assignment. When you posted in the discussion at the beginning of the week, I've been interested to kind of see what you were talking about and that sort of thing. Looking forward to learning about it, and I actually did learn a lot about it, so props there. You definitely seemed like you knew your area of expertise and you felt comfortable with talking about it, and you actually, I got the impression that you genuinely felt like you enjoyed talking about it. So, and those are really good things to have in a speech, so kudos there. Also, the transition from the introduction to the actual demonstration was very fluid. It happened very nicely, and the quality of the video was also very good. During the computer aspect of it, I could read pretty much everything you were doing. But having said that, I do have a couple of criticisms. One is I didn't see a whole lot of eye contact, which that seems to be a pretty common mistake. But the bigger criticism that I had was I came into it knowing absolutely nothing about hacking anything really, and the speech was very good, but you used a lot of big words that I couldn't really follow, things like hash and WPA2 and ADS encryption and ASDF, VPN, things like that, and I kind of had trouble following what you were talking about. Hacking Wi-Fi seems like a good subject, but it seems like one you'd kind of need to ease into a little bit. You can't just go boom, here's how to do it with hacking Wi-Fi, and you kind of need to ease into it. I was told in a previous class that when you were giving a speech, you needed to, unless otherwise noted, assume that your audience knows absolutely nothing about the subject matter, and that you are here to teach them about it and that kind of thing. So maybe during this last week, think about that a little bit, and basically who you're giving this speech to. Hi, Lucas. I really enjoyed your speech, actually. It's really nice when you can do a college class about speech and do a speech about D&D and not seem like a total dweeb. So that's really cool. But yeah, as I said, it was a really nice speech. You definitely felt passionate about the subject. I can tell that you actually did learn a lot about Movie Maker too, because the effects were really nice. The pictures and the overlay, whatever you call that, was really nicely done. I think I learned about one thing maybe with Movie Maker, and that's how to bleep a word out. But anyway, very nice speech. I don't think I have a single bit of criticism for you, actually. I think I heard the word maybe once. Whoop-de-doo. But aside from that, that's about all I have. So very nice work, and I look forward to seeing your continuation next week. So this is me evaluating my own assignment. And to start off, I really wished I had done more with Movie Maker for this. The transition from the introduction to the actual demonstration just happens too quick and too suddenly, and it doesn't look good at all in my opinion. It was a hard day at work, and I got back and kind of had to throw it together really fast, and it was kind of confusing. And I had a really nice transition on it, but when I put it on YouTube and put it in the discussion post, it was still doing that uploading thing where you can't watch immediately if you're watching your own video, so I had to wait. I just kind of threw it up there, and it's like, okay, it's cool. It's up there, and it's submitted, and that kind of thing. And I watched it like 2 hours later, and the transition wasn't there. And I was like, oh, man. And I was so bummed, but I think the low resolution that I chose for the assignment, particularly the Photoshop segment, was the worst part. Actually, the whole Photoshop segment itself was just something that I think I could have redesigned. The low resolution made it really hard to see the really small text that was in Photoshop, which Photoshop is just made up of really tiny text, so I was kind of out of luck there. In fact, I wish I'd known an easier way to do it. I kind of liked how Chris did his, how he basically frapped the whole computer part and added an audio overlay. I'm not sure how he did that, but that was really cool. Anyway, aside from that, I think I got my point across, and I did what I wanted to do. I think the banner was pretty easy to do, and I thought it looked pretty cool. So, yeah, I guess I'm overall proud of what I did.